Hello and welcome back to Old Charles. Today, we're diving deep into a fascinating piece of Dutch numismatic history, the Netherlands 5-cent coin from 1980. This tiny coin may seem simple, but it carries with it decades of history, design evolution, and a story that connects to the Netherlands' rich cultural and economic past. If you've ever wondered about its true value, history, and how condition affects its worth, stay tuned, because we'll cover it all in detail. To understand the 1980 Netherlands 5-cent coin, we need to go back in time. The Netherlands used the guilder, gulden, as its official currency before adopting the euro in 2002. The 5-cent coin was part of the smaller denominations in circulation, and it played an important role in everyday trade, particularly in the mid to late 20th century. The coin was minted in nickel and first introduced in the 1940s, continuing for several decades. By 1980, the coin featured a very modern, minimalist design by Dutch designer Bruno Nijnaber van Iben. He was known for creating clean, geometric, and modern designs that represented Dutch innovation and simplicity. On the obverse, or front side, of the 1985-cent coin, you'll find a bold 5 with horizontal lines running across the surface, giving it a very modernist look. Above the numeral, you see the word cent, and below, the year 1980. The reverse side carried the portrait of Queen Juliana, who reigned as Queen of the Netherlands from 1948 until 1980. This makes the 1980 issue particularly interesting, because it was one of the last years before the change to Queen Beatrix, who succeeded her mother that same year. So, not only is this coin functional, but it also marks a transition period in Dutch monarchy and design. Now, let's talk about value, the part every collector is curious about. In circulated condition, the 1980 Netherlands 5-cent coin doesn't hold a very high market price. That's because millions of these coins were minted for everyday use. In average circulated condition, you'll usually find them valued between 10 cents and 50 cents USD, just slightly above face value. However, condition plays a massive role in determining its worth. Coins that are uncirculated, often referred to as mint state (MS) condition, can fetch between $2 and $5 USD, depending on the market and demand. A fully brilliant uncirculated coin, with no scratches or wear, could be worth even more to specialized collectors. But the real treasure lies in proof coins and rare varieties. Some proof strikes were made for collectors, and those can reach values of $10 to $20 USD or more, depending on rarity and demand. Condition is everything when it comes to coin collecting. Let's break it down. The design may be flat, the year may be hard to read, and surface scratches are common. Value. Face value only. The details of the 5 and Queen Juliana's portrait are the coin shows only light wear, with most details still crisp. Value. $1 to $2 USD. No signs of wear, full luster, sharp design. This is where collectors pay more. Value. $2 to $5 USD or more. Struck with extra care for collectors, mirror-like surfaces, and superior quality. Value. $10 to $20 plus USD. So if you have one of these coins, the key question is, how well preserved is it? The 1980 Netherlands 5-cent coin is not just money, it's a piece of history. It represents the final years of Queen Juliana's reign before Queen Beatrix took over. For collectors, that gives it an added layer of meaning, since it marks the end of an era in Dutch history. Furthermore, the coin is an excellent example of the Netherlands' push towards modern minimalist design in its currency, something that still influences euro coins today. For international collectors, these coins are also attractive because they are small, easy to store, and represent a bygone currency no longer in circulation since the adoption of the euro in 2002. That adds sentimental and collectible value beyond just the metal or face value. So, what's the takeaway? The Netherlands 5-cent coin from 1980 may not make you rich overnight, but it holds historical, cultural, and collectible significance. In average circulated condition, it's worth a modest amount, but in uncirculated or proof condition, it can bring in a decent premium. If you're a collector, this coin is a must-have for a complete Dutch collection, especially because it represents the end of Queen Juliana's reign and a transition into a new era of Dutch coinage. Oh, check your old coin jars, because that little 5-cent piece from 1980 might just be more valuable than you think, especially if it's in pristine condition too. Truly appreciate the 1980 Netherlands 5-cent coin. We need to go back in time and explore not just the coin itself, but also the broader history of Dutch currency and the nation's political landscape. The Netherlands, historically a major seafaring and trading nation, had long relied on the guilder, gulden, as its primary currency. The guilder dates back all the way to the 17th century, during the Dutch Golden Age, when Amsterdam was the financial center of the world. The guilder became a strong and respected currency used not only within the Netherlands but also widely in international trade. By the 20th century, the guilder was divided into 100 cents, with smaller coins like the 1, 5, 10, and 25-cent pieces circulating in everyday life. These small coins were extremely important for daily purchases, from buying bread at a local bakery to paying for tram rides in Amsterdam or Rotterdam. The 5-cent coin, in particular, became an essential denomination because it represented a convenient middle ground between the 1 cent and the larger 10-cent coin. It was widely used by Dutch citizens in their daily transactions throughout much of the 20th century. Now, let's zoom in on the year 1980. This was not just any year for the Netherlands. It was a year of change. Queen Juliana, who had reigned since 1948, was stepping down. She was a beloved monarch who had guided the nation through the post-World War II recovery, modernization, and into a period of stability and prosperity. Her abdication in April 1980 marked the end of an era. She was succeeded by her daughter, Queen Beatrix, who would go on to reign for 33 years. The 1985-cent coin still bore the portrait of Queen Juliana. That means this coin represents one of the final chapters in her reign and holds a special place in Dutch history. Collectors value it as part of the closing years of the Juliana coinage series, before the Beatrix portrait replaced hers on Dutch coins. Another fascinating aspect of the 1980 coin is its design philosophy. During the late 1970s and 1980s, Dutch designers embraced a bold, modernist approach to everyday objects, and coins were no exception. The 5-cent coin of this period, designed by Bruno Nijnaber van Iben, reflected this minimalist, geometric style. The large number 5, with sharp lines and horizontal stripes, wasn't just functional. It was a statement of Dutch design culture. This coin is also significant because it belongs to the last decades of the guilder system. In 2002, the Netherlands, along with other European Union countries, transitioned to the euro. The old cent and guilder coins were withdrawn from circulation, making coins like the 1985 cent not just obsolete but also nostalgic reminders of a pre-euro Europe. And short, the Netherlands 5-cent coin from 1980 captures 3 key historical moments. 1. The final years of Queen Juliana's reign, making it a symbol of royal transition. 2. The modern design era of Dutch coinage, showcasing the innovation and creativity of Dutch designers. 3. The closing decades of the guilder, before the euro reshaped European money in the 21st century. So while the coin may be small in size, it carries a very big story. One that combines monarchy, art, economy, and the everyday lives of Dutch citizens in the late 20th century. When it comes to determining the value of the Netherlands 5-cent coin from 1980, condition is everything. A coin's state of preservation can mean the difference between a coin worth only its face value and one that sells for several dollars or more to a collector. Coin collectors use a grading system to evaluate condition, and even though the Netherlands 5-cent coin is modern, it's judged by the same international standards. Let's break it down step by step. Aside from circulation coins, the Dutch Royal Mint also produced special proof coins for collectors. Proof coins are struck with specially polished dies, resulting in sharp, mirror-like fields and frosted designs. They were not made for circulation but sold in limited quantities to collectors in presentation cases. Because of their superior finish and rarity, proof versions of the 1985 cent can command higher prices. Proof coins are usually worth $10 to $20 plus USD, depending on the condition of the packaging and demand. 1. Storage * coins kept in coin flips, albums, or capsules are usually better preserved. Coins stored in damp or open environments may develop discoloration or corrosion. 2. Cleaning * collectors generally avoid coins that have been polished or cleaned with harsh chemicals, as this can lower their value significantly. 3. I appeal * even 2 coins of the same grade can vary in desirability. A coin with attractive toning or a strong strike is often worth more than a dull, weakly struck example. 4. Minting quality * not all coins come out of the mint looking the same. Some have sharper details or stronger strikes, and these tend to be more desirable to collectors. Since millions of these coins were minted, the real value lies in finding well-preserved examples. A worn 5-cent coin might just be a fun keepsake, but a bright, shiny, uncirculated or proof coin has collector demand and can bring in a higher price. This makes condition the single biggest factor in determining whether your coin is worth a few cents or a few dollars. Whether you found your 1980 Netherlands 5-cent coin in an old coin jar, inherited it from family, or picked it up at a flea market, remember, its condition is the key to its value. The better it's preserved, the more history, beauty, and worth it carries.